Can you lock us in, please?
Yeah, I got you. Want to close the door too?
It doesn't matter. We're
Um,
live.
we are live. We're getting set up still.
We've had some issues with our setup here, but we're getting there. All right, Instagram. We're about to be live.
There's Crystal's face.
What we got going on here? Live. Live.
You clean your camera there.
We're now live. What's up, y'all? We're now live on Instagram. We're now live on YouTube and Facebook. You want a chair?
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. We're running a little bit off our norm here. You want to just pull it up behind me and I can sit right down. What's up, everyone? So sorry we're not.
What is going on, y'all? What's up, little buddy? All right. So we have not done a live in a little while. My apologies there. We had Thanksgiving. We were gone for that. And then the week before Thanksgiving, we were, I was getting a truck. That's what it was. We were getting that. So we're going to try and make up for lost time today. We're going to start the conversation off with a discussion on proper water intake and hydration levels. How much water should one drink in a day? What are the popular recommendations? A lot of them have like a certain ounce recommendation based off of total body weight.
8 ounces. No. And 1 ounce for every pound of body weight. Is that what it is?
I've heard that
and then
one.
It's 8-ounce glasses.
Yeah.
And then 1 gallon. And then, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of them.
I have heard, lots of things around hydration. My recommendation for hydration is to base it off of your urine, honestly. If you are urinating throughout the day, which hopefully you all are, at least 5 of those urinations should be relatively clear. Usually your first urination of the day when you first wake up is going to be a bit darker because you've been sleeping through the night. And then as you go throughout the day, just try and strive to have at least 5 of those urinations be pretty clear. Not necessarily crystal clear, like white, like water, but certainly not dark yellow. So at least 5 of your daily urinations being relatively clear. That's a pretty good proxy for one's level of hydration. I usually drink probably a little bit less than a gallon, maybe a gallon. It kind of depends on training load and weather. But I would suggest most people probably would need to be consuming more than about 90 ounces a day. It's kind of like a minimum.
I think that hydration has a lot more to do with minerals than specifically water. I think a lot of people overdo the water, but they're not taking in enough like electrolytes and things like that to even hold in the water. So you might be drinking 1.5 gallons of water, but a lot of it's going straight through you because you're not having enough minerals. So I think if you're hydrated on a regular basis and taking in enough minerals or electrolytes or whatever, then you probably don't need as much as a lot of these people are saying. I find that probably the average person does well with a minimum of 80 to 90 ounces.
Yeah. And again, you're able to reset your body's electrolyte equilibrium depending on your sodium intake, your potassium intake, and the amount of fluid you're consuming a day. So if you change your fluid intake drastically, you may need to tweak your electrolyte intake, and vice versa. If you increase your sodium significantly, you may want to bump up your water intake. So all of these things are kind of in equilibrium with one another, but the sodium, potassium, and fluid are all symbiotic in nature. They all kind of go hand in hand and are tandem. They all work together.
Really, there's no perfect answer. Like, no one can tell you, like, this is how much water you need. I tend to say if you feel hydrated, if your skin is clear, if, you're having a few clear peas, if you're not, like, super thirsty, you're probably pretty well hydrated. But if you're finding yourself just, like, so thirsty and you're having, like, super yellow peas and all that stuff, then yeah, you probably need to have some electrolytes and some water.
And when it comes to fluid intake for bringing a certain look to the stage, this is a whole nother conversation in and of itself. But a lot of people are under the impression they'll take like diuretics. They'll take diuretics because they want to look leaner. They want to look more vascular. Many people in the bodybuilding space will try and cut water going into the peak week. Stop and think about it for a second. If our muscles are where most of our water is stored and we are dehydrated and cutting water, our muscles are going to appear very flat and deflated. That's the last thing we want. We want as much fluid in our actual muscle tissue as possible. What we don't want is to have a whole bunch of water in our subcutaneous layer of skin between our skin and our muscle tissue. We do want it in the muscle tissue. This is why cutting creatine in the hopes of bringing a certain look doesn't make sense, because if you're doing creatine properly, that's going to cause more fluid retention in the actual muscle cell, where you want it. You're going to have a fuller look, a better pump if you have more fluid in the muscle tissue itself. So keep that in mind when it comes to hydration levels. I'm not really a fan of diuretics. I don't really ever use diuretics. I don't think they're desirable. All right, we got any other questions on the IG? It's open floor, y'all.
Hayes, little man is getting big. Yeah, he
Yes.
is. Hi guys, better late than never.
True that. What kind of truck?
buddy?
What's up, Cecil Phillips Classic? So I've been driving the same old truck since I was a junior in high school. I worked 4 jobs, saved up the money, and bought this old super simple work truck in high school. Been driving that ever since. And it's falling apart. It's not safe to drive. I can't have a car seat in there because there's no back seat. So Crystal and I pulled the trigger, and we got a GMC diesel crew cab with a long bed truck that I will be able to use for many, many years to come. It'll be able to pull whatever I want it to pull, and diesels, if you take care of them, will last forever. So I'm super excited about it. I feel very, very blessed to have a functioning, reliable vehicle for the first time in my life.
0.5 ounces per pound of body weight is common. That's what it is.
0.5 ounces per pound of body weight.
Mhm.
So if I weigh 180 pounds, that's only
90.
60 ounces. Yeah,
Yeah,
90
90
ounces.
ounces.
60 ounces. Yeah, 90 ounces. Yeah, so I typically say 90 ounces as a minimum for most people.
That's interesting. 90 ounces.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Like, that doesn't really determine. I mean, somebody's training load, their level of perspiration, all that's going to have an impact.
The weather outside.
Yeah.
I drink at least 12 cups. I run it through ground coffee beans first, though.
That's another thing. A lot of people are under the assumption that coffee is a diuretic in its entirety, so it basically doesn't count towards your fluid intake. There is definitely a diuretic effect in caffeine, but there's a lot of water in coffee. So coffee in and of itself is going to hydrate you more than dehydrate you. If you drink a big old cup of coffee, it's not like you're going into the negatives with your fluid intake for the day. It
I
is a
do
diuretic.
not count coffee. I do count herbal tea. Anything that's decaffeinated,
Yeah.
I will count. I will count for my clients.
All I know is I drink water all day, urine super clear. Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably are covered. Electrolytes for sure.
Mhm.
What else we got? I remember loading water up to 3 gallons a day, then cutting
Wow.
right before a show during conventional peak week protocol. It was torture. Yeah, a lot of people will do that. It's kind of crazy. They'll I don't even know some of the mad scientist techniques and why they do them. I think they do a water load phase and they do a water depletion phase. Then they'll also time that such that they're carb depleting with the intention of super compensating their muscle glycogen right before the show with fluid intake and then a lot of carbs, like oftentimes north of 1,000 grams of carbs in a sitting or in a day, which is kind of crazy. Hello from Nebraska. What creatine do you recommend? Just a simple, plain, pure creatine monohydrate is fine. I am using First Form's creatine monohydrate. It's not too terribly expensive. It dissolves really, really well and is pretty tasteless. So I'm a fan of that. All right, we got any other questions? You got any questions, Rachel? What do you think?
I'd like to go home and take a nap.
Today has been kicking my butt, yo. We've had nothing but calls all day long. I had a podcast that got rescheduled, but I filled that void with calls. So today has been a doozy of a day. What's up, Colt Milton? How you doing, bro? But we got any other questions? We've only been on for 10 minutes. We were 5 minutes late. So if anybody's got any questions, by all means, throw them our way. In other trending news, what do y'all think about Liver King? Did I not bring that up? I don't really get
I
into.
don't care enough.
I don't really get into the whole hype stuff, but that is certainly trending online right now. And I've never really paid much mind to Liver King, but I get asked about Liver King all the time simply because I'm in the ketogenic carnivore space and I do eat organ meats. So for whatever reason, that means that I need to talk about Liver King. But it's kind of interesting to see how all that's panned out. How is your full body training going? It's going great. I'm digging it so far. I got Crystal into it as well. Talked her into it. How you liking it, babe?
I like it pretty good.
You like it pretty good. We did full body today. We did some RDLs for legs. We did some
Landmine rows.
for back. We did
Barbell
some
bench for
barbell
chest.
bench for chest. What was our shoulder?
We
Upright
did-
rows.
Yeah,
Dumbbell upright rows. And then what else?
I had to jump on a call, so Robert did buys and tries.
Yeah, I finished the buys and tries. Hey man, doing good, brother. How about you guys? We are doing great here. Loving it,
Good.
taking one day at a time. Any recommendations for electrolytes? Relight is good. Element T is great. I honestly think Element T tastes better. I like Relight's ratio better. Upgraded formulas is really great as well. Those are my three: Elements,
Yeah.
Relight, and then upgraded formulas.
Liver phony.
Liver phony, yeah, kind of wild.
Well, I think he does believe in what he preaches.
He's just
he
not
just
giving the
for-
full behind the scenes as to
Yes.
where his successes come from. Basically.
So, like, he does eat clean, as far as we know. He does actually eat clean. He does actually do the things that he says he does, other than the roids.
Yeah. What is the news on Liver King? All right,
Oh
TM.
my goodness.
I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. But basically, there were some supposed leaked emails, and basically he was contacting a pharmacology doc to get all kinds of
Couldn't have
recommendations.
been a doctor, because if that leaks, then the doctor is in major trouble. I think it was a coach.
Or a coach, but he was just getting recommendations on what all he should be taking from an exogenous hormone standpoint. There's quite a few email unveiling videos online that you can check out, but at the end of the day, basically it just shows these emails suggest that he was taking a whole lot of steroids, which he has always claimed to not be taking.
And, like, a lot of dollars worth every month.
Yeah. Hashtag rabbit hole topic.
True.
That is very true. Got my keto bricks and absolutely love them. If I'm hungry between meals, I just gnaw on them until I feel satisfied. Knocked out my sweet tooth as well.
Yay.
Excellent product.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you. We are so happy to hear that for show. Isn't that right, Rigel? Happy to hear it. All right, what else we got, Joe? Any other questions? Any other comments? Anybody doing anything special? There's not really any keto conferences left this year, right? We're into December next month. Tomorrow.
Next tomorrow.
We're in December.
My parents come tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. We're going to do Christmas things.
We're going to cut down a Christmas tree. We're going to hang some Christmas lights because Crystal did not like my Christmas lights last year.
No, it was not a good job. I said we were going to redo it this year. I'll put a before and after picture.
Yeah.
Right, last year versus this year picture, and you guys will see why.
Yeah.
It was like the tiniest string of like those icicle ones. I'm like, our house is this big, and you put this many on.
Yeah. Oh, bless you, Reggie. All right, anything else, y'all? We apologize for being so sloppy with the lives here lately. We're going to get back on routine, though. We've got, I'm actually going to be out of town next week, so I'm not going to be here next week. But Crystal, you going to do the lives?
I guess I'll have to do it by myself. I don't know how to do this, though. You'll have your laptop.
When to do the raffle drawing. All right, here we go. This is a good one. We are going to do the raffle tomorrow. All right, so for those of you that do not know, what's up, Raji? You want to watch the people? So we are giving away, Keto Brick is giving away a awesome outfitted Rogue squat rack, power rack that I bought myself for our own gym here, and then we're going to buy another one for the winner of this giveaway. It winds up being like a $3,000 power rack. It's got, I mean, it's a beefed up power rack. Like it's all 11 gauge steel, 3x3 dimensions, 1-inch hardware. Like it's a commercial grade power rack that you can put all kinds of attachments on. And we're going to draw the winner for that tomorrow, and then get in contact with them and get their specs figured out and ship them this power rack. Basically, the only thing you have to do to enter to win is spend at least $10 on ketobrick.com. So every $10 spent equals 1 entry ticket.
So you pretty much buy 1 brick and you're entered in.
Your turn. We're swapping. Yeah. So yeah, we're super excited about that. I've got other giveaway topics in mind, or giveaway items in mind. I'm just excited about these giveaways. I feel like they're very on brand. They're very cool items that I want and use myself. Like we gave away a kayak last time. We're giving away this power rack this time. Who knows what next one will be? But I'm just excited to send some awesome stuff y'all's way. No apologies needed. Thank you guys for hopping on. You bet. You bet. All right. You have anything, babe? Anything top of mind in your world? Rigel's eating food. We're kind of playing more around with real food. So we had we are also, when are we going to officially do that?
Maybe next week.
We might officially change Live Savage next week. So I have 2 Instagram accounts, Keto Savage and then Live Savage. We made Live Savage for myself when Keto Savage kept disappearing randomly. And we are going to make Live Savage more of a lifestyle-oriented social media profile. So it's going to have more stuff involving how we're parenting and raising Rigel, his nutrition, what we're doing on the homestead, raising animals, processing our own meats, how we procure food via hunting and process that, all kinds of good stuff. More lifestyle-oriented for sure. So definitely give Live Savage on Instagram a follow and check that out. We'll be putting out more. I mean, the current latest post is from a long time ago, so we're going to have to update all that for sure.
We're going to just start uploading more content that is relevant to what we would like to start posting about.
Yeah.
The Facebook is going to change from Team Savage to Live Savage. So we'll just have some changes coming in the near future whenever I have a moment where I'm not doing this.
It's going to be good, though. We're excited. Next week, I'm going to be out of town hunting all week with an awesome group. I'm taking Bill Schindler, Danny Vega, Mike Mutzel, Billy Schindler, Bill's son, Anthony J, Brandon Scott, out hunting at the farm, and we're going to try and put some more meat in the fridge. Did I forget anybody? I think I said everybody. So yeah, super excited about that. That's where I'm going to be next week. All right, we're going to get this munchkin butt home and fed and down for a nap or something. So nothing but love for y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you all so very much. And great chatting with y'all. I feel like we missed y'all 2 weeks having not been alive. So we will see y'all next time. Ta-ta for now.
See ya. See ya.